This is my can't take me down, I'm a champion. Yeah, chant my name, I'm a champion. This is my house.
This is FNF, Friday Night Football, on ABC 30.
Quite literally music to my ears. Welcome to the first week of Friday Night Football for the 2026 season. I'm Sydney Berger alongside a brand new face joining the ABC 30 sports team. This is Parker Rehm. We're going to get to an introduction a little bit later in our show, but Parker, first, I just want to hear your first impression of being in the Valley for the first Friday Night Football.
It's awesome. I actually was in California in the Sac Joaquin section, so it's nice to get a little bit of a taste of the Central Valley, and certainly showed out tonight, I think. Yeah,
we're going to tell you a little bit more about his resume again later in the show, and like always, for scores all across the Valley, follow the ticker at the bottom of your screen. We're going to start things out at La Monica Stadium as the Golden Eagles are hosting Bishop Manogue from Reno. Clovis West's Jamar Howard back under center this season. He fires down the sideline to his man, Julius Sanders. A huge gain early on. The first score comes inside the 5-yard line, a diving catch over the pylon for the touchdown. Zamir Wright's first score of the year. The Miners still scoreless second quarter. Howard, quick release down the middle. That's Wright again muscling for some yards after the catch. This drive capped off by another passing touchdown. Howard to Andrew Garcia in the back corner. Clovis West starts the year 1-0.
Let's head over to a battle between two area teams. Sanger hosting Lemoore to open the 2026 campaign. Sanger threatening in the first. Senzo Calandra calls his own number on this one on 3rd and goal. One way he goes, and the window's closed, so he doubles back, finds a crease. What a play. Over the line for 6 to strike first. Not all pretty for the Apaches. Later in the quarter, Kendall McGrew coughs it up. Ethan Ramirez is pretty stoked to recover that one. Lemoore set up in prime position. Barbecue chicken from there. Keaton Lopez takes the handoff, powering in for the tutty. A back and forth game tonight, but in the end, that touchdown might have proved pretty cost-effective for Sanger. They secure the dub 28-21 to start the season.
Lots of toughness in that game. We're heading to Buchanan, where the Bears have Golden West out at Veterans Memorial. Bears Tommy Devaney hits the back of the end zone for Fresno State commit Grant Mosier. Trailblazers march right down the field and get their first score of the game. It's a quarterback keeper. Heading to the second quarter, handoff to junior Jacob Clark. He's going to get a really nice block right there. The pass catcher logs a tough run.
Not beating that speed.
Yeah, easy 6 there. Buchanan breezes by the second half, beating the Trailblazers by 36.
San Joaquin Memorial opening their season at home against the Thunderbirds. Kennedy with a commanding 20-0 lead at the half thanks to runs like this. Isaiah Feathers, light as a feather, weaving through defenders. He kicks it into high gear, cut down though at the 25. Panthers, they wouldn't back down. The defense standing strong. Goal line stand for SJM, forcing the Thunderbirds to settle for 3. Flexing their biceps as a result. Look at that. The offense not to be outdone, though, by the defense. Right back down the field as the Panthers pounce on their first points of the season. Colton Johnson fires a dart, and Noah Johnson all alone for 6. But it wouldn't be enough. Kennedy comes away with a 38-7 win tonight.
Plenty of Friday Night Football still ahead, and plenty of run game. We're going to see a lot of it in the rivalry game in week 1. We head to the South Valley as 2 teams play in the Battle of the Boot.
Plus, the best plays from across the valley. Stay with us for our top 3 Friday Night favorites.
Chowchilla Tribe cheerleaders getting us hyped up. We're going to get to that game against Sierra Pacific a little bit later. But first, a rivalry matchup out in the South Valley. It's Emmanuel and Central Valley Christian, and they have quite the history.
Tonight's matchup marking the 34th annual Battle of the Boot. The Eagles won last season, but CVC has been dominant in this rivalry over really the last decade.
Yeah, the Cavaliers hosting this season at home, and here she is, that decades-old trophy.
That's a beaut.
Yeah.
Beautiful
CVC coming out wanting that boot back at their house. First possession, Shondell Hogan in the backfield receiving that kick, and he turns on the Jets. Yes, you guessed it. He goes all the way for the first touchdown of the season. Emmanuel responds the only way they know how, the same way. Cortez Zulik with speed down the sideline, another kick return touchdown. Special teams bringing the juice. All of that happening in just the first 5 minutes of the first quarter. Hogan gets to take the handoff in the red zone, shows the speed again across the goal line for the second time. CVC leads heading into halftime, finds the camera for the celebration. But it's Emmanuel that makes it a tight game in the second half. The Eagles get to bring home the boot. winning 2 straight years.
The bragging rights. Out to Fresno High, the Warriors adding initials DA to their helmets in honor of Dan Escanio, their longtime athletic director who passed away in May. Reedley making quick work tonight, though. Aiden Chavez hits Kyle Bacon over the middle for a 34-yard gain. That sets up E.J. Andres to walk in untouched for the tutty. 1 of 4 on the night for him. Later on, Chavez looking for Bacon once more, this time in the end zone. 25 yards for the score. Reedley goes on to win 39-0.
Shutout. All right, Chowchilla's own asterisk tally out at midfield for the honorary coin toss. The now high school senior at Chowchilla High just back from winning the U.S. Women's Amateur. Just casual,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
It's a big night because it's the first game in Chowchilla's new stadium. Someone's got to break it in. It's Nathan Fuentes for the first touchdown in stadium history, a rushing TD right down the middle. Tristan Beardsley showing off the cannon, a deep ball for Sean Hadley, who just has all that green grass ahead of him. He makes the grab at the 35, jogs the rest of the way into the end zone. We've been talking about return touchdowns all night. Here's a big one from Fuentes. Ends up pinballing off the defenders and staying on his feet as Fuentes takes it all the way to the house. Chowchilla knows how to debut in a new stadium, the Tribe with a big win over Sierra Pacific.
Fuego, some might say.
Yes.
Fuentes is Fuego.
Ooh, I like
Meanwhile,
that.
in Bakersfield, Clovis North making quick work of Frontier tonight. The air attack on full display. 3 touchdowns from Leah Martin, 4 rushing scores from J.R. Cruz, and the Broncos cruise to a 51-7 win tonight.
We will continue to say J.R. Cruz's name. I'll give you a little sneak peek into that, Parker. All right, Thursday night lights, a battle between Roosevelt and Coalinga last night. Horned Toads have the lead, but the Rough Riders trying to respond with this rough run by Malachi White. Breaks tackles, defenders just bouncing off of him. Roosevelt can't convert that to points, so Coalinga has some gas in the tank. Danny Moreno lets it fly to Corvallis White, who's on the other end of it, all alone for 6 as the Horned Toads start the season 1-0 with a 31-14 win.
Some more Thursday night football out in Clovis last night. The second-ranked team in the section hosting the 12th-ranked. It's Clovis High against Bakersfield. Sterling Edwards shining bright under those lights. Mo Becerra fires a dart, and Edwards hauls it in downfield. What a catch there to set up the Cougars in the red zone. Big plays from Edwards, including a score on 4th down to lead 14-0 at the half. Bakersfield, though, would spoil the party. A tale of 2 halves as the Drillers score 17 unanswered to win on the road.
Just the start of the season. So many big plays, so many big moments already, and we're going to see our favorites coming up here, Parker. Tell me about them.
I'm excited. I mean, coming up, we picked the best plays of the week. See if your team made the ABC 30 Friday night favorites up next.
All right, before we get to the highly anticipated Friday night favorites, we're going to get to know Parker a little bit.
Everybody's waiting.
Yes, it's the most anticipated part of this whole show. He comes from Waco, Texas, but Parker, tell us maybe how you got to Fresno, your first impressions of the Central Valley so far.
Yeah, I was in Waco for about 4 years and really liked it there. Met my fiance there who's actually moving to Fresno and just super excited to make this move with her. But just really excited to get to the Valley and return to California. I'm a big national parks guy. And on my off days, that's going to have to be where I'm at.
Yes.
Probably one of the 3 that are around here.
So, yeah, I was going to say, seems like we're in a good spot for that hobby
A
of
great
hiking.
spot. Yeah, if there was a landing spot, this is probably where I would want to venture. So just really blessed to be here, and everybody's been so great this first week.
And we're going to put you on the spot. I want to know your favorite sporting event that you've ever covered in your career.
It's just so tough. Recently, I covered the College Football Playoff, which was a snoozer of a game, Texas A&M Miami.
Okay.
But it came down to the wire, and Miami clinched it, and then ended up going to the national championship where they lost. But kind of a cool little.
Still good
deal
vibes.
there. Yeah, still good vibes.
All right, because he's new here, he's going to kick us off with the Friday night favorites. He's got a couple favorites here.
I'm just excited to see these plays. I'm sure everyone at home is also. Let's roll the tape, starting off with one of our favorites this week. I was actually at this game. To play QB, you got to be willing to adapt when the gap isn't there. Sanger QB Senzo Calandra did just that. A lot of big bodies on the right side. He just doubles back in for 6. Sanger goes on to win this one by a touchdown.
All right, our second Friday night favorite goes out to Nathan Fuentes from Chowchilla. You knew this one would be in here. Big night for this new stadium. He gets to bounce off a couple defenders from the 12-yard line all the way to the house, and we want to congrats to the Chowchilla Tribe for a solid debut.
Yeah, what a way to break in the stadium. Lastly, a standout night for Reedley tonight. 39-0 win over Fresno High. Terrific catch from Kyle Bacon. This offense was cooking all night long. So nice, you have to see it twice, maybe a few more times than that. Certainly one of our Friday Night Football favorites.
I saw what you did there. Bacon was cooking.
Right?
Yeah, he was cooking.
I'm glad that somebody picked it up. Hopefully you guys did too.
Everyone, we are so excited that you are joining us for week 1 of Friday Night Football. We're going to be here all season long. Send us your videos, your final scores. We'll be out there all around the Valley all season long. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week for week 2 of Friday Night Football.
At Chuck Chansey, giving back is at the heart of who we are. For 23 years, we've been enriching lives through charitable giving and community support. Chuck Chansey Cares is proud to make a difference, while our 1,200 employees help fuel the local economy with nearly $50 million each year. Chuck Chansey, giving back, growing together.